Have you ever set a goal for yourself, like getting in shape, learning a skill, or improving a relationship, only to find that a few weeks later you've completely fallen off track? You start with excitement, but then daily life, distractions, and old habits take over, leaving you feeling stuck and frustrated. What if the problem wasn't your ambition, but your system? What if you could learn a simple framework to move from being reactive, constantly putting out fires in your life, to being truly proactive, and finally start making meaningful progress on what matters most to you? This audio summary will give you that exact blueprint. Press play to discover the 7 timeless habits that can help you build a life of purpose, effectiveness, and peace. Habit 1. Be proactive, the foundation of all change. What is the one thing that determines whether you will succeed in changing your health, your skills, your relationships, or your finances? Is it intelligence, talent, circumstances? The first habit reveals that it's none of these. The single most important factor is whether you operate from a posture of proactivity. So what does it truly mean to be proactive? Most people think it just means taking initiative or being productive, but it's much deeper than that. Being proactive is understanding the fundamental difference between your circle of concern and your circle of influence. Your circle of concern contains everything you care about but can't directly control: the weather, the economy, past mistakes, other people's opinions. Your circle of influence contains the things you can control: your actions, your words, your responses, your efforts, your habits. Reactive people focus their energy and attention on their circle of concern. They complain about problems they can't fix, blame other people for their situation, and feel like victims of their circumstances. Their energy is drained, and their circle of influence actually shrinks. Proactive people focus their energy exclusively on their circle of influence. They ask, "What can I do?" They take responsibility for their response to any situation. And as they do this, their positive energy expands their circle of influence, allowing them to impact more and more. Let's make this real with an example far from the office. Imagine 2 people with the same goal: to get fit. The reactive person says, "I can't get fit because my gym is too far, my work schedule is crazy, and healthy food is too expensive." They're focused on concerns they can't control. They remain stuck. The proactive person, facing the same obstacles, says, "Since I can't get to a gym, I will follow a bodyweight workout at home. Since my schedule is busy, I will wake up 30 minutes earlier. Since healthy food is expensive, I will learn 3 simple, nutritious recipes to cook in bulk." They are focused entirely on their sphere of influence. They make progress. The core of proactivity is the space between a stimulus and your response. Between something that happens to you and what you do about it, there is a gap. In that gap lies your freedom and power to choose. As the book powerfully states, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Your language is also a clear indicator. Reactive language sounds like, "I have to," "I can't," "if only they." It gives your power away. Proactive language sounds like, "I choose to," "I will," "I can." It is the language of ownership. So your first practical exercise is this. For the next 24 hours, I want you to become a detective of your own language. Every time you catch yourself saying or thinking, "I have to," or I can't, pause and rephrase it to I choose to or I will. For example, change I have to go to work to I choose to go to work because it provides for my family. Change I can't find time to exercise to I haven't made time to exercise and I will schedule it tomorrow. This small shift in language rewires your brain from a passive victim to an active author of your life. This habit is the bedrock. Everything that follows is built upon this foundation of taking responsibility for your own life. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. The power of living with purpose. Imagine this. You're building a beautiful, intricate house. You work tirelessly for years, laying bricks, installing windows, painting walls. But one day you step back and realize something is terribly wrong. The rooms are awkward, the layout is confusing, and it doesn't suit your family's needs at all. You followed all the technical rules of construction, but you made one catastrophic mistake. You started building without ever looking at the blueprint. This, the second habit reveals, is exactly how most of us live our lives. We are so busy climbing the ladder of success, saying yes to deadlines, chasing promotions, accumulating followers, checking off tasks, that we never stop to ask one vital question: is my ladder leaning against the right wall? Being proactive, habit 1, gives you the power to climb efficiently. But begin with the end in mind gives you the wisdom to make sure you're climbing towards a destination that truly matters to you. It's about designing your own blueprint before you start laying the bricks of your daily life. This habit is based on a profound principle. All things are created twice. There is a first creation, which is mental, and a second creation, which is physical. For example, an architect doesn't just start pouring concrete. She first envisions the building, then creates detailed blueprints. That's the first creation. The actual construction is the second creation, following that plan. If you fail to take control of the first creation, someone or something else will. You'll end up living according to your boss's blueprint, your family's blueprint, society's blueprint, following a script you never consciously chose. So, how do you begin with the end in mind in a practical way? It starts by defining what the end even is. The most powerful way to do this is to project yourself forward in time. I want you to try this exercise as you listen. Close your eyes and fast forward to your 80th birthday. Your friends, family, and loved ones have gathered to celebrate you. One by one, they stand up to share what you meant to them. What do you hope they say? What do you want your lifelong partner to remember about your marriage? What do you want your children to say you taught them about life? What do you want your friends to value most about your friendship? What character would they say you demonstrated? What contributions would they say you made? This isn't about eulogies. It's about clarity. This visualization cuts through the noise of daily life and reveals what you truly value most. It defines the wall you want your ladder to be leaning against. The tangible output of this habit is crafting a personal mission statement. This isn't a vague list of goals, like be happy or get rich. It's a constitution for your life, a written document that articulates your deepest values, your core principles, and the legacy you want to leave in every role you play, as a parent, a partner, a professional, a friend. Let's make this concrete with an example far from the corporate world. Meet Anna. She felt constantly busy, but deeply unfulfilled. She was reacting to life, not leading it. After applying this habit, she wrote a personal mission statement. One line of it was, to be a source of patient creativity and curiosity in my daughter's life, and to build a home that feels like a sanctuary of peace and laughter. This single sentence became her blueprint. It started influencing her second creation, her daily actions. When she felt the urge to scroll on her phone with her daughter, she remembered her mission and instead suggested they build a fort. When she felt stressed and wanted to snap at her family after a long day, her mission reminded her to create a sanctuary, so she took 5 deep breaths at the door instead. Her days became aligned with her deepest values. As the book puts it, the most effective way to begin with the end in mind is to develop a personal mission statement. It focuses on what you want to be and do. It becomes the framework for making major life decisions. Your mission statement becomes the filter through which you run your decisions. Should I take this new job? Does it align with my mission? How should I spend my Saturday? Does this activity reflect my deepest values? This is how you move from being a victim of circumstance to the architect of your destiny. You stop letting random currents pull you along and start steering your ship towards a chosen destination. So, before we move to habit 3, I invite you to press pause. Take out a notebook or open a document on your phone. Don't write a novel, just start with one sentence. Answer this. At the end of my life, what is the one thing I want to be known for? Write that down. That single sentence is the first draft of your personal mission statement. It is the seed of your second creation. It is the most important blueprint you will ever design.
Habit 3. Put first things first. The power of integrity in the moment of choice. You are now proactive. You've taken responsibility for your life. You have a blueprint, a personal mission statement that clarifies what the right wall is for your ladder to lean against. But now we arrive at the most difficult challenge of all, the daily battle. Because every single day, the world will try to pull you away from your blueprint. An urgent email will ding, a social obligation will pop up, a distraction will whisper for your attention. And in those moments, you face a critical choice. Do you work on what is urgent, or do you work on what is important? This, right here, is the essence of habit 3. Put first things first. It is the practical execution of habits 1 and 2. It's the habit of integrity, of aligning your daily actions with your deepest values, even when it's difficult. To understand this, we need to introduce one of the most powerful models from the book, the time management matrix. Imagine a simple square divided into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is for things that are urgent and important. These are crises, pressing problems, and deadlines with real consequences. Think of a family emergency, a project that's due today, or fixing a broken-down car. You have to deal with these. Quadrant 2 is for things that are not urgent but important. This is the heart of habit 3. These are the activities that don't scream for your attention but have a massive impact on your long-term effectiveness and happiness. This includes building relationships, long-term planning, exercise, learning new skills, strategic thinking, and prevention. No one is making you do these things. Quadrant 3 is for things that are urgent but not important. These are the deceivers. They demand your immediate attention but don't contribute to your mission. This is most interruptions, unnecessary meetings, many phone calls, someone else's emergency, the pressure to respond instantly to every notification. Quadrant 4 is for things that are not urgent and not important. These are pure time wasters. Mindless scrolling, trivial busy work, excessive entertainment. They offer escape, but no reward. Now, where do most people spend their time? Reactive people live in quadrants 1 and 3. They are constantly fighting fires, dealing with crises, and responding to other people's urgency. They are perpetually stressed and burned out because they are always in react mode. But this is the life-changing secret. Highly effective people stay out of quadrants 3 and 4. They manage quadrant 1, but they live in quadrant 2. They understand that the more time you invest in the important but not urgent activities of quadrant 2, the smaller quadrant 1 becomes. By planning ahead, building strong relationships, and taking care of your health, you prevent crises from happening in the first place. Let's make this real with 2 different lives. Meet David, the reactive. He spends his day in a whirlwind. His phone buzzes constantly, quadrant 3. He's always putting out the latest fire at work, quadrant 1. By the time he gets home, he's so drained he just collapses on the couch and scrolls through social media, quadrant 4. His goal to get fit, quadrant 2, is always tomorrow. His desire to have deeper conversations with his partner, quadrant 2, is always when things calm down. But things never calm down. Now, meet Sarah, the proactive. She has the same 24 hours, but she has a weekly planning ritual. She looks at her mission statement and asks, what is the 1 or 2 most important quadrant 2 activities I can do this week to be effective in this role? This week, she schedules 3 30-minute workout sessions and 1 date night with her partner with phones off. When an interruption comes during the day, quadrant 3, she has the clarity to say, that's urgent for you, but it's not important for my mission right now. She protects her quadrant 2 time as if it's a sacred appointment with her future self, because it is. The book delivers this powerful truth. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Your priorities are your quadrant 2 activities. They will never magically find time for themselves. You must deliberately put them first. So what is the practical system? It's a weekly planning ritual. At the start of each week, take 20 minutes with your calendar. Don't just look at your appointments. Look at your roles in life: parent, professional, partner, individual, and then your mission statement. Then, for each role, ask, what is the most important quadrant 2 activity I can do this week to be effective in this role? Then, and this is the crucial step, block out time for these activities in your calendar. Treat them with the same unbreakable commitment as a doctor's appointment. Block 30 minutes for strategic thinking for your professional role. Block an hour for a walk in the park with your child for your parent role. Block 45 minutes for learning Spanish for your personal growth role. This is how you build a life of integrity where your schedule perfectly reflects your values. It's how you stop saying, I don't have time, and start saying, that isn't a priority for me.
Habit 4. Think win-win. The courage to seek mutual benefit in every interaction. Let me tell you a story about 2 farmers. They were neighbors, and a single apple tree grew exactly on the property line between their farms. One farmer believed in win-lose. He'd wake up early to collect all the ripe apples before his neighbor could get any, thinking, my gain is his loss. The other farmer, tired of this, eventually built a tall fence down the middle of the tree. Now each could only reach the apples on their side. The tree, stressed by the fence and uneven harvesting, slowly produced fewer and fewer apples until both farmers ended up with nothing. This is lose-lose. Most of us have been conditioned to see life like that first farmer. We are taught that to get ahead, someone else must fall behind. That for me to win, you must lose. This win-lose mindset is the default in our competitive cultures, in classrooms, sports, and especially in business. It's a paradigm of scarcity, where there's only one pie, and if you get a big slice, there's less for me. Habit 4, think win-win, is a revolutionary shift from that scarcity to an abundance mentality. It is the frame of mind and heart that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. It's the conviction that one person's success doesn't require another's failure, that the pie can be made bigger. This habit marks a critical transition in the 7 Habits framework. Habits 1 through 3 were about private victory, mastering your own self, moving from dependence to independence. With Habit 4, we begin the journey of public victory, building rich, enduring, effective relationships with others, moving from independence to interdependence. And interdependence is where the real magic of life happens. No significant achievement, a strong family, a thriving business, a harmonious community, was ever built by a single person alone. But to navigate interdependence successfully, you need a robust framework for human interaction. The book outlines 6 paradigms of human interaction. Win-lose, the authoritarian approach. I'm going to beat you. It's the mindset of the tyrant, the dictator, the parent who must always be right. While it might seem to work short-term, it breeds resentment, rebellion, and sabotage long-term. The farmer who hoarded the apples was living in win-lose. Lose-win, the doormat approach. Have your way with me, step on me again. It's the posture of people-pleasers who seek validation by being liked, avoiding conflict at all costs. They may seem peaceful, but they bury their true feelings, which leads to psychosomatic illness, passive aggression, and the erosion of their own identity. Lose-lose, the philosophy of conflict and envy. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. This is the mindset of the deeply adversarial divorce, the bitter feud, and the farmer who built the fence. When 2 win-lose people get together, or when a lose-win person finally snaps, the result is often lose-lose. Nobody gets anything of value. Win is a solitary focus. I'm going to get what I want. I don't care what happens to you. This is different from win-lose because the other person's outcome isn't even a consideration. It's purely self-centered. Win-win or no deal is the highest manifestation of this habit. It means that if we can't find a solution that benefits us both, we agree to disagree agreeably. We walk away. No deal is a tremendous liberator. It removes the pressure to manipulate or be manipulated. It allows you to be genuinely open because the outcome isn't forced. Win-win is the paradigm of mutual benefit. Let's find a solution that leaves us both feeling committed to the decision. It's not a technique, it's a total philosophy of human interaction. Now you might be thinking, this sounds naive. Isn't the world inherently competitive? This is where the abundance mentality becomes the non-negotiable foundation of win-win. People with a scarcity mentality see life as having only so much, as if there were only one pie out there. If someone else gets a big piece, it means less for them. They have a hard time being genuinely happy for the success of others, even their friends. People with an abundance mentality, on the other hand, believe that there is plenty out there for everybody. They see the world as a vast potluck dinner where everyone brings a dish to share and there's more than enough for all. They can celebrate others' successes because it doesn't diminish their own potential. This mentality is the bedrock of win-win. You cannot have one without the other. So how do you put this into practice? It requires a systematic process built on 3 essential pillars. Pillar 1, the win-win character. You must cultivate the integrity and maturity within yourself first before you can engage in win-win agreements with others. Integrity, the value you place on yourself. Your ability to keep promises to yourself and others. You can't think win-win if you don't know what your own win is. Habits 1 through 3. Maturity is the beautiful balance of courage and consideration. It's the courage to express your own wants and needs, your own win, while simultaneously having the consideration to understand and respect the wants and needs of the other person, their win. Most people operate with one or the other. The timid person is high on consideration, low on courage, lose-win. The authoritarian is high on courage, low on consideration, win-lose. Maturity is having both in balance. Pillar 2, the win-win relationship. Once you have the character, you build trust in the relationship. Trust is the emotional bank account we will delve into deeply in the next habit. Without trust, you can't have a productive win-win agreement. You're just negotiating from a position of suspicion. You build the relationship by consistently acting with integrity, showing kindness, and keeping promises over time. Pillar 3, the win-win agreement. This is the tangible product. In a business context, this might be a performance agreement. In a family, it could be an agreement with your child about chores and screen time. A true win-win agreement has 5 explicit elements. Desired results. What are we trying to accomplish? Not the methods, but the outcomes. Guidelines. What are the rules? What principles will we follow? Resources. What tools, budget, or support is available? Accountability. How and when will we evaluate the results? Consequences. What will happen, good or bad, as a result of the evaluation? Let's bring this to life with a non-office example. Imagine a couple, Maria and Ben. They are struggling over their social life. Maria is an extrovert. Her win is going out with friends, feeling connected, and having new experiences. Ben is an introvert. His win is quiet time at home to recharge, feeling peaceful and unhurried. Their old pattern was lose-win. Maria would drag him out, and he'd be quiet and withdrawn, ruining her evening. Or Ben would convince them to stay in, and Maria would feel resentful and trapped. The outcome was always lose-lose. Neither felt happy or understood. They decided to craft a win-win agreement. Desired result. We both feel our social and recharge needs are met each month. Guidelines. We will plan 2 weeks in advance. We will both be fully present and engaged during any activity. Resources. We have a budget for 2 date nights a month. Accountability. We check in every Sunday to plan and see how we're feeling. Consequences. If we stick to the plan, we celebrate a successful month. If not, we revisit what went wrong without blame. Their solution was, they agreed that 1 weekend night a month, Maria would go out with her friends, guilt-free, while Ben enjoyed a perfect, quiet night at home. The other weekend night, they would have a cozy, planned date in together. No phones, just connection. This was a true win-win. Maria got her social connection, Ben got his recharge time, and they both got quality time together. They made the pie bigger.
This is the power of Think Win-Win. It transforms relationships from adversarial battles over a shrinking pie into collaborative partnerships that bake a new, larger pie for everyone. And this very synergy is the gateway to our next habit.
Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. The most important skill for transforming relationships. If I were to offer you one single habit that could, almost overnight, repair broken communication, prevent unnecessary arguments, and make the people in your life feel profoundly valued and loved, would you be interested? This is the promise of Habit 5. It is the most practical, the most instantly impactful, and yet the most commonly violated principle of human interaction. The book calls it the most important single principle I have learned in the field of interpersonal relations. We have a fundamental problem. Most of us don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply. Think about the last time someone was telling you about a problem. While they were speaking, what was happening in your mind? Were you fully present, absorbing their world, or were you, in the background, already crafting your response, your story, your advice, or your diagnosis? "Oh, that's nothing. Let me tell you what happened to me. Here's what you should do. I told you so. Just look on the bright side." This is how we typically listen. We're either autobiographical listeners, filtering everything through our own experiences and ready to advise, probe, or interpret, or we're simply waiting for our turn to talk. Habit 5 demands that we break this lifelong pattern. Seek first to understand means to listen empathetically. Not sympathetically, which is a form of agreement, but empathetically, to see the world from their perspective, to look through their lens, to stand in their shoes and understand their paradigm, their feelings, their reality. This is not a technique. It is a fundamental shift in your motive, from wanting to be heard to wanting to hear. The book introduces a powerful metaphor to explain why this is so crucial. Diagnosis before prescription. If a doctor prescribed you a powerful medication without first doing a thorough diagnosis, you would call it malpractice. It's irresponsible and dangerous. Yet in our relationships, we do this constantly. We prescribe solutions like, "You should just quit your job," or "You need to ignore them," or "Just go to the gym," without ever making an accurate diagnosis of what the other person is truly thinking and feeling. Empathetic listening is the diagnosis. It's how you get the information you need before you can offer a useful prescription. So, how do we actually do this? It begins with understanding the 5 levels of listening. Ignoring. We're not listening at all. Pretending. Yeah, right. We're giving the appearance of listening. Selective listening. We hear only the parts that interest us or that we agree with. Attentive listening. We are focused on the words being said. This is where most good listeners stop. Empathetic listening. This is the highest form. We listen not just with our ears, but with our eyes and our heart. We listen for feeling, for meaning, for behavior. We are trying to see the world as they see it. Empathetic listening requires you to get inside another person's frame of reference. You set aside your own autobiography, your own values, your own judgments, and you strive to see things as they see them. The key tool for this is to reflect back what you are hearing, focusing initially on the emotion. You don't give advice, you don't share your story, you simply mirror the feeling and the content. This is often called reflective listening. For example, if your teenager comes home and slams the door and says, "I hate school, my teacher is so stupid, I'm never going back,"
The typical autobiographical responses would be, well, you have to go back. It's the law. Probing, what did you do to make the teacher mad? Interpreting, you're just saying that because you didn't do your homework. An empathetic response would be, wow, you sound really angry and frustrated. It sounds like something happened with your teacher that felt really unfair. Do you see the difference? The first set of responses shut down the conversation. The empathetic response opens it up. It makes it safe for the person to explore their own thoughts and feelings. It says, I am trying to understand your world. Let's take this out of the family and into a personal relationship. Imagine your partner comes to you and says, I'm just so tired of this never-ending routine. Work, chores, sleep, repeat. There's no excitement anymore. The autobiographical listener might say, tell me about it. My job is even more boring than yours. Shifting focus to yourself. Well, let's plan a vacation then. Jumping to a solution. You just need a new hobby. Advising. The empathetic listener would first seek to understand. They might say, so you're feeling stuck? Like life has become monotonous and you're missing a sense of spontaneity or adventure? Is that it? By reflecting the feeling and the meaning, you are holding up a mirror. You are giving them the incredible gift of feeling understood. And when a person feels genuinely understood, a psychological law comes into play. They become open to influence. They become willing to listen to you. This is the second half of the habit, then to be understood. Once you have made a deposit in the other person's emotional bank account by truly understanding them, you have earned the right to be heard. Now you can present your own ideas, your own perspective, your own prescription with clarity and confidence. But notice the order. First understand, then to be understood. You have to pay the price of genuine listening up front. The Greek philosophy of ethos, pathos, logos captures this perfectly. First, establish character and credibility, ethos. Then show empathy and understanding, pathos. Finally, and only then, present your logic, logos. Your homework for this habit is both simple and profoundly difficult. For the next 3 days, I challenge you to a listening fast. In your next conversation, make a conscious decision that your only goal is to understand. Do not reply with your own stories. Do not offer solutions. Your only tools are questions that seek clarification and reflections that capture the emotion. Say things like, it sounds like you're feeling... So from your point of view, the situation is... You mean that... Just try it. You will be astonished at how it transforms your conversations. People will feel safer with you. They will share more. They will see you as a wise confidant because you are the rare person who isn't just waiting for their turn to talk. This habit is the gateway to the next one. Because once you truly understand another person and they feel understood, you create the safety and synergy for magic to happen. You create the conditions for Habit 6.
Habit 6. Synergize. The alchemy of collaboration where 1 + 1 can equal 3, 10, or even 1,000. Imagine you're walking through a forest and you come upon a single piece of wood. It's nice. You could use it for firewood. It has some value. Now, imagine that same piece of wood, but it's been carefully carved, assembled, and combined with other pieces, strings and brass, to become a violin. In the hands of a master, this assembly of wood can now produce a sound so beautiful it can move people to tears. What is the difference between the firewood and the violin? The physical material is essentially the same. The difference is synergy.
Habit 6, synergize, is the ultimate achievement of all the previous habits. It is the culmination of being proactive, beginning with a creative end in mind, putting those things first, thinking win-win, and seeking first to understand. It is the fruit they bear. So, what is synergy? The book defines it simply. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's the notion that 1 + 1 can equal 3, or 10, or even 1,000. It's not just compromise, where 1 + 1 equals 1.5. It's not just cooperation, where 1 + 1 equals 2. It's creative cooperation, where something entirely new and more powerful is born from the interaction of different parts. Synergy is the very principle of creation. It's why a thriving ecosystem is more valuable than a collection of individual plants and animals. It's why a great marriage creates a family that is far more than just two people living together. It's why a championship team consistently beats a team of more talented individuals who don't play together. When you synergize, you are tapping into the highest form of human activity. You are participating in creation itself. But to access synergy, you must first understand its prerequisites. You cannot force it. You can only create the conditions for it to emerge. And those conditions are built directly upon the previous habits. The foundation of synergy, the first 5 habits. Proactivity, habit 1, gives you the personal freedom to value differences instead of feeling threatened by them. A reactive person sees a different opinion as a personal attack. A proactive person sees it as an opportunity to learn. Mental creation, habit 2, allows you to begin with the end in mind of finding a synergistic third alternative, a solution that is better than what either party originally proposed. Integrity, habit 3, gives you the discipline to put the search for this synergistic solution first, ahead of your own immediate desire to be right or to get your own way. Win-win, habit 4, provides the frame of mind, the abundance mentality, that makes you believe a better solution for everyone actually exists. If you believe it's a zero-sum game, you will never even look for synergy. Empathetic listening, habit 5, is the engine of synergy. It is the skill that allows you to truly understand the different paradigms, experiences, and perspectives that, when combined, create the spark of something new. Without this foundation, any attempt at teamwork or collaboration will be superficial at best and conflict-ridden at worst. So, what does synergy actually look like in practice? It's not just getting along. It's the magic that happens in the space between people who are truly open to being influenced. Let me give you a profound example from nature. Consider a forest. In an old-growth forest, the trees are not solitary competitors. They are connected by a vast underground network of mycorrhizal fungi, often called the wood wide web. Through this network, trees can share nutrients, send warning signals about pests, and even support a struggling neighboring tree. A giant, ancient mother tree can be connected to hundreds of other trees, nurturing the entire forest. The forest is a synergistic system. It is far more than a collection of individual trees. It is a superorganism. This is synergy in its purest, most natural form. Now, let's bring this into the human realm with a detailed, non-office scenario. The neighborhood park dilemma. A small city has a neglected park. Two groups emerge with strong opinions. Group A, the playground parents. Their win is a safe, modern playground for their children. They see the old, rusty equipment as a danger. Group B, the native habitat advocates. Their win is to restore the park's natural ecosystem with native plants and wildlife. They see a plastic playground as an insult to nature. The default approaches would be win-lose. The group with more political power gets its way. The other group loses and resents it. Compromise. A small, mediocre playground is built in one corner and a few native plants are added somewhere else. 1 + 1 = 1.5. No one's thrilled. But a city council member, practicing the habits, facilitates a synergistic solution. She brings both groups together and says, let's seek first to understand. Let's find a third alternative that gives you both more of what you truly want. They practice habit 5. The parents listen and learn that the habitat group isn't against children. They are for nature and want children to have a deep, meaningful connection to it. The habitat group listens and learns that the parents aren't against nature. They're for safety and want a place where their children can play creatively and socially. Then, the synergy begins. Ideas start to fly. What if, someone says, we created a nature playground? Instead of sterile plastic, we use natural materials. Logs for balancing, boulders for climbing, a stream for splashing. And we can label all the native plants and create a learning trail where kids can learn about the ecosystem they're playing in. And we can involve both groups in the design and building, says a third. The result? They create a park that is more safe and engaging for children than a standard plastic playground and more effective at restoring native habitat than a simple garden. It becomes a destination, a point of civic pride. The parents get their vibrant play space. The advocates get their living classroom. 1 + 1 = 10. This is synergy. The mechanism for achieving this is the pursuit of the third alternative. It's not my way or your way, it's our way, higher, better way that wasn't initially visible to either party. Cultivating synergy in your own life requires a deliberate shift. You must learn to value differences. Most of us see differences as weaknesses or inconveniences. We think, if only you saw things my way, this would be so much easier. But synergy teaches us that differences are the raw material for growth and creativity. Differences in perspective, experience, culture, and personality are not obstacles to be overcome. They are treasures to be mined. Your mental paradigm must shift from, you don't understand me, to, good, you see this differently. Please, help me see what you see. This week, I want you to identify one situation. A family decision, a project at work, a plan with friends, where there is a difference of opinion. And instead of arguing for your position, I want you to lead with one simple, magical question. What is a solution you feel would be better for both of us than either of our original ideas? Then, listen. Brainstorm without judgment. Create a safe space where crazy ideas are welcome. You will be amazed at what emerges when you stop defending your own rightness and start building something new together. Synergy is a microcosm of what life is all about. It's not about blending in or winning. It's about contributing your unique voice to the chorus and creating a harmony that is more beautiful than any solo could ever be. It is the practice of finding the divine in our connections with others. And this process of continuous growth and renewal in ourselves and our relationships is the final, crowning habit that makes all the others sustainable.
Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. The habit of renewal that makes all others possible. There's an old story about two lumberjacks in a fierce competition to see who could cut more wood in a single day. The first lumberjack was strong, determined, and never stopped working. He swung his axe relentlessly from sunrise to sunset, not taking a single break. He believed every minute of rest was a minute of lost production. The second lumberjack, meanwhile, would work hard for 50 minutes, then disappear for 10. This pattern repeated throughout the day. At the end of the day, to the first lumberjack's utter astonishment, the second lumberjack had cut down significantly more wood. "How is this possible?" the first man demanded. I never stopped working while you were constantly taking breaks." The second lumberjack calmly replied, "It's simple. Every time I disappeared for 10 minutes, I wasn't resting. I was sharpening my saw." This parable captures the entire essence of Habit 7. Sharpen the saw is the habit of personal renewal. It's about preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, yourself. Many of us are like that first lumberjack. We are so busy sawing, so consumed with the daily grind of producing, achieving, and managing the whirlwind of life that we never stop to sharpen the saw. We burn out. We become less effective. Our relationships suffer. Our health declines. We are using a dull blade to try and tackle the challenges of life, which requires more and more effort for less and less result. Habit 7 recognizes that true effectiveness is a function of two things: what you produce, the output, and the asset that produces it, you. If you become so focused on the output that you destroy the asset, you have engaged in a massive long-term failure. This habit is about maintaining the asset. It's about investing in yourself so you can be more capable, more resilient, and more effective in all the other habits. It is the habit that makes all the other habits possible. So, what does sharpen the saw actually mean? It means engaging in consistent, balanced renewal in 4 key dimensions of your life. The book identifies these as: 1. The physical dimension, caring for your body. This is about your physical health, your energy, your stamina, your resilience. A sharp saw in the physical dimension means eating nutritious food that properly fuels your body, getting regular, heart-pumping exercise that strengthens your cardiovascular system, ensuring you get sufficient sleep and rest for recovery and mental clarity, managing stress through physical activity and relaxation. This is not about vanity, it's about capacity. You cannot be proactive, patient, or empathetic when you are exhausted, malnourished, and stressed. A tired body produces a tired mind. Sharpening your physical saw is the foundation for everything else. Example: Maria, a mother of 2, realized she had no energy for her family in the evenings. She was running on caffeine and exhaustion. Her sharpening wasn't a drastic gym membership. It was committing to a 15-minute walk each day and swapping her sugary breakfast for eggs and fruit. Within 2 weeks, her energy levels transformed, and she found herself far more patient and present with her children. 2. The mental dimension, cultivating your mind. This is about expanding your knowledge and strengthening your thinking. A dull mind cannot solve complex problems or think with creativity. Sharpening your mental saw involves regular reading of books that challenge and expand your perspective, writing in a journal to clarify your thoughts and feelings, learning new skills, whether for your career or a personal hobby, engaging in activities that stimulate your mind, like puzzles, strategic games, or learning a language. The mind is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it atrophies. In our world of endless consumption and distraction, deliberately choosing to create and learn is a radical act of self-renewal. Example: David, a carpenter, felt his work was becoming monotonous. He decided to sharpen his mental saw by listening to audiobooks on history and philosophy while he worked. Not only did it make his days more enjoyable, but he found himself making more creative connections in his designs and conversations, enriching his entire life. 3. The social-emotional dimension, nurturing your connections. This dimension focuses on your relationships with others and your emotional intelligence. It's about building your capacity for win-win and empathetic listening. You sharpen the saw through making meaningful, positive connections with other people, practicing habits 4, 5, and 6 in your daily interactions, serving others without expecting anything in return, showing genuine empathy and seeking to understand. This is where you build your emotional bank accounts. When you invest in your relationships, you create a network of trust and support that becomes a tremendous source of strength and synergy. Example: a couple, Ben and Sarah, realized their conversations had become purely transactional, about schedules and chores. They committed to sharpening their relationship by instituting a weekly 30-minute walk with no phones, where the only rule was to talk about anything other than logistics. This small investment dramatically improved their emotional connection. 4. The spiritual dimension, clarifying your purpose. This is your core, your center, your value system. It's about leadership and meaning. Sharpening your spiritual saw provides the motivation for all the other habits. It involves clarifying your values and committing to them, your personal mission statement from habit 2. Spending time in nature to gain perspective. Engaging in meditation, prayer, or deep reflection. Reading inspiring literature or consuming uplifting media. This is how you reconnect with your sense of purpose. It's the why that fuels the what and the how. When your spiritual saw is sharp, you operate from a place of principle, not pressure. Example: after feeling lost and directionless, Jamal started a simple practice of waking up 10 minutes earlier to sit in silence with a cup of tea and read one page from a book of wisdom. This small daily ritual centered him, reminding him of his larger purpose and making him more resilient to daily frustrations. The key to habit 7 is balance. Neglecting any one dimension negatively impacts the others. If you neglect the physical, your mental clarity suffers. If you neglect the spiritual, your social interactions become shallow. This is a continuous, lifelong process, not a one-time event. Your most powerful tool for this is the weekly planning from habit 3. When you plan your week, you must schedule time for sharpening the saw in all 4 dimensions. Block out time for exercise, for reading, for a date with your partner, and for quiet reflection. Treat these appointments with yourself as seriously as you would a meeting with your most important client, because you are. As the book powerfully states, this is about preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, you. It's about having a balanced, systematic program for self-renewal in the 4 areas of your life. This is not a selfish act. It is the most generous thing you can do for the people in your life. By becoming a sharper, more effective, more peaceful, and more energized individual, you have more to give to everyone around you. The 7 habits are not a series of checkboxes. They are an upward spiral of growth. You become a little more proactive. You clarify your mission a little more. You manage your week a little better. You build a relationship with more synergy. And you return to sharpen the saw to begin the cycle again at a higher level. This is the journey of a lifetime. It is the path to true and lasting effectiveness from the inside out.